And I really hate going to dentist. I mean, I hate it with a passion, but I don't mind coming here. So, you know, well, a little bit. But I appreciate the friendly atmosphere. I appreciate the skill. I appreciate the texts.
The reminders help a lot.
Yeah. So, just the whole spectrum.
Thank you. That's a very, very honest answer, actually, for both of you. Thank you. And I have to like remind myself, like, I have to be quiet because I just want to like jump in and talk with you guys. But yeah. Well, thank you. That was awesome. Yeah, that goes with what Vickie said. Like, yes, I have spent a tremendous amount of time with each of you. And so, like, what was the reason each of you decided to pursue comprehensive care?
I did because you asked. I had always been very conscious of a couple things in my mouth, but nobody had ever said, hey, do you want to do something about that? Mm-hmm. And however much money and however many hours later, I'm very glad I still did it. I mean, but I literally, nobody had ever asked me that before. Mm-hmm. So, your skill there also.
I would agree with that. I think that you allowed me to see possibilities I hadn't even considered were possible. In fact, I would have said before coming here, I was thinking, okay, downhill slide for the rest of the way, you know, and in a sense thought, well, you know, just live as long as I can, you know, chewing on whatever. But, you know, the fact that I get to this degree of functionality and the appearance side of it has been revolutionary for me. It really has. So it was through your vision, I would say. You know, I think that your studio, when I first heard the studio, I was like, oh boy. But now I think, oh yeah, she's an artist. And that was specific to seeing my architecture of my mouth and what could happen with that. So thank you.
Guys, I'm watching that night, just cry.
I know, I had to try really hard not to cry when saying that. So.
That was well said.
Thank you, thank you.
And I would say probably like all of you hate coming to the dentist. To be honest, not just one or two of you, like, which is so funny because like we are very close now. And like, what were some of the obstacles that you had to work through in this journey? And I just thought on this, if you guys could like refer to me just like by my name instead of like you just for the purposes of the tour. I know it's awkward. I can leave the room and that makes it easier. Maybe I will. Okay, you guys do this.
Oh no! I think you better come back.
She was serious.
She was serious.
I was serious.
No, I think you
like,
need to be
what were
here.
some of the obstacles?
If we were talking to somebody else,
Yeah.
the obstacles for me were really not that much. You guys made it very easy. You were great at working with my schedule because I was still working when I was going through all that. So I didn't really have any obstacles.
Oh, it might be the easiest one.
I had a good employer that let me off whenever I needed to go to.
Mine was the money. You worked with me on that, so that was pretty helpful.
I think I have never had a more trauma-informed experience before, and we've been talking about that since the beginning. Part of why there's a resistance to going, and I've had, I don't know, maybe 8 dentists in my lifetime, and always felt a sense of profound shame at having dental problems. You know, it's such a relief to be treated like a human being. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it makes such a difference to be, not feel like I am to blame for the challenges I have. Thank you. So good, so good.
my obstacle was I was afraid I would not live long enough to enjoy the benefits. But it kind of, well, maybe you ought to stick around a little longer.
I've had that experience too,
Yeah,
that same
you know,
thing, yep.
You know, it was the attitude that it changed a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, it added a different way of seeing things and experiencing things, and you know, not just in, like say, appearance and functionality. So, you know, step ahead.
So it gives you hope, maybe,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, it does, you
Yeah,
know, that-
yeah.
That, which was kind of dashed when you said sort of a heartfelt thing after my dad joke. I thought, man, I hope they didn't record that.
I hope it's in there.
Okay.
Just the crap pants part.
You know, and I edited that.
Oh, I know.
You know, the cool thing about yours too, like, you're not even done with treatment.
I
You're
know,
in the middle of
I
treatment.
know.
And you're
I'm just-
starting to kind of feel the benefits of it in the
Yes.
middle even.
I don't have a mustache.
Yeah.
And I remember Pam McCullough said one time, she goes, you know, do you have that mustache to hide your teeth? And I go, no, my grandfather had a mustache. And my sister made fun of my cow mouth. And my teeth aren't that good looking. So I shaved off here some time ago, and Linda loves it. I may not grow it back. You know, I had a mustache, a big handle boy for 50 years. So
Wow.
Wow. So you're lying to yourself your whole life, basically.
Pretty much.
You're living the honest
I mean,
yourself now.
I'm just a nutshell of the human condition right there.
Yeah, right there. For sure.
Well, thank you for sharing that, guys. Well, you kind of all touched on this a little bit, but how has your new, I guess, how has the treatment affected and changed your life? You don't have to add to it if you don't have anything to add to it, of course.
I went on vacation with my sisters right after, and I think you know this, right after I got my treatment, or finished. And we were taking a lot of pictures. We went home for a memorial from the parents. And all of a sudden, the three of us took a picture, and my sisters have gorgeous smiles. I never would smile, and all of a sudden, it's like, it's the first picture I can remember, other than my wedding pictures, which was a long time ago, that I had a smile. I mean, a full mouth smile. And it was, and I didn't even think about it, but I looked at the picture a month later, and I thought, wow, that is really different for me.
That's awesome. We wish you would have brought that photo now.
I know, I keep
I
telling
wanna
you
see
I
that
will,
photo.
yeah.
I wanna see
I think
that
it's on my
photo.
phone. I'm gonna be back on Valentine's Day, so, yeah. It was you or the cardiologist, and I picked it up.
Oh, you picked your teeth over your heart on
Yeah,
Valentine's
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
That's pretty special. It is my birthday too, so
Oh,
actually,
that's right. Yeah.
that makes that day so much better now that I know I get to see you. Okay, great.
Same thing for, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just enjoy eating without biting into my teeth. It's nice.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah. It's huge, yeah.
Chipping away at the front teeth.
My smile too has been huge, and I'm active on social media and just kind of recently did a little scan back through the last decade of photos, selfies, and groups and whatever, and went, wow, and people are saying, are you aging backwards? What is going on? Because I think this is part of a more comprehensive, integrated, like you were saying, oh, maybe I do want to live a little longer. Maybe I might live a little bit longer. Let me work on some of these other things too. And so all of that works together to give the appearance and the impression of more aliveness and youth and wellness overall. So it's a very marked difference.
Jerome's like, I don't relate. I never want to relate.
I'm fine with not living that long.
That's because you're young. The closer you get to the end, yeah, that makes a whole lot of difference. And think how long you can smile now.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I feel like pensive.
I was just thought of my Aunt Nettie, who lived to be 1 week shy of 103, and she lived out on the farm since she was 95. and she said, had a little crochet thing on her dining room table, it said, "Old age is not for sissies." And, you know, I felt that, God bless. But having a smile and being able to eat without being cold sensitive or
Yeah.
biting, and all of a sudden a piece of your tooth breaks off and you bite into it and go, "Oh no, not again." You know, that it's all those little things that I'm realizing I don't have to deal with anymore.
That's right.
It's
That's
one of
awesome.
those little things to carry with you.
I think it's very cool that like half of you guys really notice the functional piece and half of you guys really just like the aesthetics. It's like, yes, it's both.
It
It is
definitely.
absolutely both,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, that's awesome. Again, these are all kind of tied together, and you don't have to feel like you're repeating yourself, but what do you like the most about the treatment process?
I hated every part of the treatment.
Yeah.
I'll be real honest, it wasn't. I loved you guys, but treatment was not fun. When you're sitting in a restaurant and your temporary pops up and you've just got this little stub and it's like.
That was just me.
Oh, no. Probably at the same restaurant. It was like, oh, it was my birthday even. I'm like, oh. But the nice thing, you guys all got me in right away. That happened. And I've also happened to lose my night guard how many times, and you guys are very willing to replace that for me.
I want you wearing it.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I got a dog out of it.
You got a dog out of it?
Do tell.
Yes.
I adopted her dog.
Now we
Oh,
know parents.
wow.
He
Yeah.
just does 80% to 95% of the parenting.
He's a cool dog.
What kind of dog is it?
Multi-poo.
Yeah, I know, I'm a bad dog parent. I just decided I'd rather play tennis than walk my dog. It's awful.
It's my whole existence.
Wow.
I have one like that too.
Just a month ago, I took a dog back to the pound. We grew up with dogs. I mean, the kids always had dogs, and Linda said, "Oh, we need another dog." So we went and got a dog, and both realized at our age, we can't
It's a
breathe
lot of
anymore
work.
with the dog in the house. And this is the first time she goes, "If we get a dog, it's gonna be a house dog, not an outdoor dog like all our others were." And we're going, "We can't breathe anymore." We're not allergic to dogs, so well, something, so.
There's one available for you now.
Yeah.
No, I think it's been adopted.
Oh, good.
I paid for the adoption fee ahead, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
But, got a dog out of it, well, that's.
Yeah.
I have a 14-year-old dog that needs dental work.
Oh, they- that-
Oh, she barks and it's like, yeah, stop.
That's not in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
I really wish, I must just think you can start something.
Nothing you liked, I mean,
That's
you
more
did get
expensive.
nitrous, right?
Again.
Actually, I don't think Vickie did.
Huh?
Vickie didn't do nitrous. You
You don't get the gas?
No, never.
No, y'all are various degree of drug.
Yeah, no, I did locals the whole time.
Really?
Sometimes I even gutted out when it was wearing off, because mine wear off real fast, my locals wear off, I don't know why. And might have been the other drugs I'd done, over the years.
Built up a tolerance.
Now we're getting real.
Might have been, but.
What do we all have in common?
We need to turn this into a dinner club.
Yeah.
Because we can all eat now.
Yeah.
I'd like to add to that the experience of actually getting through it with your assistance and your sensitivity and your kindness and your compassion, I think, well, I'm a mental health person, so I will say that's increased my resilience for future stress around medical or dental, because I successfully got through it, had the outcome on the other side, and understand I have greater capacity to do that than I did before, so.
One thing is to, with all the problems that I've had, you know, just constantly having to get the temporaries replaced every other day, and normally when I go to get medical stuff done, somebody adds a charge every time there's any kind of complication, or there's fees on the back side of it, and it was all up front, and so that was helpful.
I think the feeling I have of you being aware of my sensitivity, I mean, I asked you one time, you read my body language? You go, oh yes. You know, so I always felt like you were aware of what I was, you were empathetic, aware of what I was experiencing and feeling, and would check on me, and I really appreciate that. I have had dentists, one who, whoa, actually a couple of them. I made a mistake of going to Ingram Miller one time.
Oops.
I know.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know who that is, but
Well,
in my mind, I'm like,
Pretty
oh,
bad.
who this
that was in the late '60s.
If you're from here, you know you're from Nick. Yeah.
You know Ingram Miller.
Yeah.
The story was that Ingram was very conservative, and if you went in there with long hair, he would drill a hole through your front tooth and kick you out. Now that wasn't true.
But he wanted to.
Yeah. He wanted-
I had a barber like that.
So
The next generation of jokes, it's not far behind.
Okay.
Oh, I want to add, your office has been very conscious of the fact that I'm an insulin-dependent type 2 diabetic. When I was going through my 4 or 5 hour treatments, you guys were so good about making sure I checked my sugar and having something here in case I had a problem. So that was very much appreciative, because a lot of times this health problem and this health problem are complete bumper cars.
I never thought about it like that, because those are long treatments.
Yeah. Yeah, and if your sugar, I had a monitor that goes off, and she would like, I think your monitor's ready, or I think your monitor's going off, so yeah. It was very nice. It was very appreciated.
You guys have said so many things that like we are gonna hold on to. And we really appreciate it. So just one last question. Anything else you'd like about our office? Anything to add?
I love that. It's close to downtown where I live. I can walk here. I just appreciate the accessibility and visibility, and really, above all else, it's the staff and the fact you have longevity. If people like to work here and they stay here and the same people are here when you show up, you're like, ooh, I feel
Isn't that true? Yes.
safer. Yeah.